Hey guys, Captain Dave. I just want to drop you a quick note here before I put up tonight's video. First of all, I had a question from a subscriber asking me about my saltwater setups and what I do for saltwater gear. And so I want to show you that in just a second here. I also want to talk to you a little bit about today's video. Today I started a first of 5 great days with Yvon LaFrance and his good friend Rick and his wife Janice. And this is not the first time we've been together. They came in last year and fished a few days, and it's one of those things that you kind of fish with somebody and you fish with somebody and it almost becomes you're just fishing with your friends and what have you. This is a Shiner trip. We actually had a spectacular day. We wound up catching 54 bass, and we caught some good ones. I'll throw up some pictures. We never had a real giant fish today, but we hit personal bests for Janice and Rick today. Yvon, has fished up or down in Mexico and places like that, and he's caught some good ones there. But anyway, it was a good day. We had a good time. But I had something weird happen tonight, and that's one of the things I want to show you. That you're going to want to see it. I haven't actually looked at the video yet, but I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it'll be good. I shot it on my phone tonight, and I don't need to worry about syncing the audio because I'm really not talking directly into it, to where you see my lips moving. I don't think anyway, but it's pretty cool, and you're going to want to see that. But the main trip today that I'm going to show you is actually with Adam and his mom and dad, and Adam's a young man from University of Miami. And he came in, and they fished with me yesterday, and they did a little fishing, they did a little bird watching and animal watching and photography, and then we fished some artificials. But we had a good day. We had a couple of really nice fish caught, and all in all, it was a very successful trip and pretty entertaining. Really, really good people. So I'm going to share that with you as well. But first, I want to talk to you about my saltwater gear. And so to do that, we're going to turn our attention, of course, down here to the table. I've got my 3 main setups here on the table, and what it is, I use 2 different spinning outfits, and I use one heavy bait caster. Actually it's not actually a bait cast. Obviously it's a level line. It's also actually multiple speed. It's a dual speed, and it's really intended. I fish this with my bottom baits and Carolina rigs and live bait rigs with pinfish and things of that nature. That's what I fish this one for. And I've got and it's a jigging rod. I've got it on a beautiful Shimano rod. This is a 5'8", and it's extra heavy. I mean, this thing is actually a pool cue, but it's a really nice quality rod. And I really recommend, if you're going to fish saltwater, I recommend, rather than having multiple rigs, I recommend having just a couple initially, just to get the right stuff, because the right stuff's so important. These are Daiwa Saltus reels. They are absolutely amazing, just so smooth. And one of my favorite things is to just fling this thing and just watch how long it spins. It's just amazing. It just goes and it goes. I think one time I put the clock on it empty, and it went like 68 or 69 seconds or something like that on one spin. And you can see it's still going, and it's just amazing gear, and it's still going. You want to put your money down on some good quality stuff. And this one is, again, it's a 2-speed. It's a 6.3 to 1, which is actually quite good, quite fast. But it's also for real heavy work, big grouper off the bottom, things like that. It's a 3.1 to 1, and that's a simple switch that you can just push in the button, and you go from the high speed to the low speed, whatnot. Like all these quality ocean reels, saltwater reels, you just move your drag forward and back, just like you see on like Wicked Tuna. That they're actually operating the drag on the reel. Just in this same fashion, and that's how you can increase the drag or decrease the drag and so on. But really nice quality setup, so I thought I would share that with you. I actually have 2 of these, and I use these. I don't troll with them. I use these for bottom fishing in particular, and I will absolutely jig for amberjack and things of that nature. So that's that. Now, I have two different spinning reel setups that I want to show you. The first is more of this is more intended for, this is my 12-pound setup. It's 12-pound fluorocarbon. And this is a Penn reel. It's a Penn Fierce reel. These are not really, really expensive, but they're really excellent, excellent quality. And again, quality is so important. It's smooth. It casts really well, but most importantly, it really has a nice, really, really nice drag system. And when you're dealing with these reels, drag is so important in saltwater. And I'm going to use this. I've got this on a Fitzgerald rod. This is a big 7.6 medium heavy action rod. It's a bass rod. I use these for pitching and flipping with spinning gear is what I actually use this for. And excuse me. And these, Fitzies have these very special guides that are micro guides, and yet they're made specifically for loop taming and such, where they make really long casts. I use this rig. One of the primary things it's for is for fishing very little weight in chum slicks, putting a little chunk of shrimp or a little chunk of chum and feeding it out on a small hook in your chum slick. In the hopes of catching yellowtail in particular. Yellowtail are usually what we catch. We'll also catch Spanish mackerel and things like that with it. And it's a great rig. If I'm fishing shallow patch reefs, I might put a drop shot style rig on it and fish for things like grunts and again little grouper and snapper and whatnot. Very good for that. I've fished a lot of snapper, a lot of mutton snapper in the mangroves and things like that along the channels that go in and out of the keys. That's where I do most of my saltwater fishing. But this is a very good reel. If you're going to fish from shore, saltwater fishing from shore, this is fantastic. Again, I love a drop shot in saltwater from shore. I'll put a drop shot in the water and I'll usually put a live shrimp on it or something like that. And I've caught big snook doing that, lots and lots of mutton snapper and whatnot. So a mangrove snapper as well, not mutton, but mangrove snapper. So I have 6 of these, and this is my 12-pound rig. And then finally, I've got this big monster here, and this is this is my 20-pound rig. Now this is on a really, really heavy, extreme offshore angler or offshore extreme rod. This big boy here is 7 foot. It's extremely heavy. You can see by the guides that are on it that it's very heavy. I'll do a lot of things with this. I'll also bottom fish with this. There are times when I'll drop down and I'll bottom fish. It's got a great handle here. I mean, a really, really spectacular handle. You can really hold on here or here in this position. But again, this is 20-pound fluorocarbon. This is my 20-pound rig, and I'm using another Daiwa Saltus reel. These things, again, absolutely fantastic. So smooth. This is a 5,000. This is a big reel. I also troll with this reel. These are the reels. I've got a couple of these. I use these to troll. We catch mahi trolling. We catch tuna trolling, and amberjack. We usually pitch live baits to amberjack or jig for those, but also we'll catch kingfish, a lot of king mackerel on these rods. But they're just fantastic for trolling and for bottom fishing in the patch reefs. And so it kind of has a dual role. But I cannot emphasize enough the quality of these Daiwa Saltus reels. They're spectacular. And these reels retail for right around $300. This reel is right around, I believe it was $320 or $330. And of course the Penn Fierce reels are actually very reasonable. I want to say I believe I paid $109 for those, which is fairly inexpensive for a spinning reel. But Penn, again, it's a nice reel. And I wasn't looking for super expensive. I was just looking for something that would work well. And they work well. I don't use my bass equipment in the saltwater environment because saltwater is very, very tough on your gear. Which leads me to the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to saltwater stuff. Rule number one, you got to keep your stuff clean. At the end of the day of fishing, you got to get these things completely rinsed off. in a bucket of clean water, splash, 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 or whatever, but you have to absolutely get them clean, and it's critical. There I am right there. There he is. It's critical that you keep your saltwater stuff clean. And that's it. I wanted to show you that stuff. I had somebody ask me a question, and please ask questions. I love to shoot these little short videos and kind of bring you into that part of my world. My captain's license actually is good for 100 miles offshore. I've got enough time in salt water to have my captain's license and to be able to guide in salt water. I haven't actually guided in salt water, but I have fished there quite a bit. And actually getting my gear out is kind of giving me an itch. So I took a day off coming up here in about 8 or 9 days. I have a day off, and I might just head over to the salty water and see if I can maybe catch something. If I do, you'll come along for sure. Anyway, it's a guide's life. I want you to enjoy the video, enjoy the fishing for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, now I think I got like 10 subscribers today. 10 times 10 days is 100 subscribers, so I suppose we're on pace to get that 10-day to 1,500 that we're looking for. Share it with your friends, call your buddies, get them to get a YouTube account, get them logged in, get them watching my business and tapping into my life. I really do want to give that reel away, and I'm very excited about it. There's been a lot of stirring and a lot of whatnot. Guys, it is a spectacular baitcast reel. And I would bet in most cases it's probably going to be the nicest reel that most people put their hands on. And of course there's some really nice stuff out there, and I don't want to insult anybody who's got really nice high-end gear, but this is high-end stuff. It's nice stuff. So share it, and share it. Call your friends, get everybody watching. I appreciate you guys watching. Hey, leave messages. I look at your messages. I look at your notes. I try and respond to everything and whatnot. Somebody asked me about maybe showing you how I handle a gut hooked fish while I'm shiner fishing. I definitely want to do that. I want to shoot that, and so I said, if you don't see that in a couple of days, give me another shout and remind me to do that. And TK, I still owe you a video, and I promise that's coming. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate you being there every day. In any case, there it is. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hi guys, hey. I'm here with some folks. We did some fishing this morning. I'll introduce them in a few minutes. We're sitting up on an alligator here on the shoreline. I think it's a female. I think she might have a nest behind her because she is just not moving. And Adam is getting some fantastic photographs right now. Part of their trip here is they wanted to see some wildlife. I'm going to see. So there he goes. Step back, roll back to the middle of the boat, roll it to the middle. There you go. And just that quick, right? Just that quick, you hit the choke point. Did you get any of that? No, you won't.
We were kind of lulled into it's fake.
Yeah, oh, nothing fake about her. Isn't that neat? Now we'll get out of here and let her have her time here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what's blowing.
Well, I'll come back in a few minutes here if we get settled. We've got some beautiful fish that we're going to vlog here in a minute. We caught this morning, and we're going to give you a look at those. I'll introduce you to the folks here, and we're going to keep on with our day. We're having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day on Lake Okeechobee as always, and we got her going on.
We got her going.
All right, here we go. We'll be back. Captain Dave, I'm back again. I guess you know who I am. I say that every time, don't I? Yeah, well, live with it. I'm here with the Strubecks today, and of course we have Mr. Strubeck. This is Doug and his lovely wife Beth and their lovely son Adam. How you say hi, Adam?
Hi guys.
No, say hi, Adam.
Hi Adam.
Oh, he got it right on the second try. Yeah, all right. That's my little stick, by the way. I do that to people all the time. In any case, there's my any case. There it is. We did some fishing this morning, as I said a little bit ago, and the fish were biting. It was really quite good. It was pretty steady up until right about 9:30 or so, and then we basically ran out of shiners. But we had the clicker says 20, and that's probably 2 or 3 fish light because I tend to forget sometimes. But we were well over 50% on the shiner batch, and you guys who watch my vlog know that that's pretty darn good shooting right there. And so we're excited about that. We've got some really nice fish that we're going to get on the vlog and then release here, and they're very picture worthy. And then we're gonna hunt some birds. We just got done. We were coming up the rim ditch, and we just got done shooting an alligator that was, and I think it was a female. Maybe she was guarding a little bit because she let us get within 20 feet of her, and she sat there for quite some time. And then the question was, is she alive or isn't she? But then she showed us very quickly how just alive she was. They have a tendency to do that. But in any case, why don't you meet the folks? And we're going to take some pictures here and do our little deal, and we'll be back. All right. Everybody, we're back. We just finishing up here, getting back to the dock. You know, just to sum up of the day here, you saw the quality fish that we had caught earlier. I've got a few pictures. I'll pop in and show you some of that. The shiner bite was red hot this morning, but you know, actually the wildlife hunt was pretty darn good too. They brought their cameras and we went around. We got some up close pictures of an alligator that was actually kind of the coolest thing I'd ever seen. We were within, I think your nose was probably within 15 or 20, probably 20 feet of that alligator. A nice big I think it was a big female kind of sitting on a nest or something like that. But anyway, it was really cool, and we got a great shot of a snail kite. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get this boy. Dad's poking at him. I'm gonna see if I can get this boy to send me his. He's got a picture of a snail kite. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, buddy. You got it. Of a snail kite that's absolutely spectacular. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming. We had a great time.
We had a great time.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and we'll see you again. All right, this is it. This thing's over. Well, I'll see you later. All right. Bryce is getting his ass. Our ball.
Going back to Schroeder. The ball's on the field. It appears that Alcona has as we head under a minute's play here in the first half. Back around on the left side. Number 27, Norling, and he cuts back across the field. He's all alone. He goes into the end. Franklin comes back out under center. Looking downfield, he's got a man wide open. Number 4, Forsyth catches it at the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Alcona.
Reverse.
Eagles look to bring Nate Barnes back around on that one. He's hit and brought down in the backfield by number 5.